Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of my Let's Build series. Currently, this villager really wants my emeralds. He's just like showing me everything he's got. But I got what I came for, which was a nice repair on my tools, so that I can start on this next project. Oh no. Yeah, that city is not really spawn proof, as you can tell. I think I went far enough that he despawned, but oh, that was a close one. I need to also go real quick over to other villager trader hall. One of our others. We have many in this city, but these guys have our librarians, and some of them are selling lanterns. And I always like to restock when I come by because I use a lot of lanterns. I swear some of them are selling lanterns. There we go. And another. Alright, I think that's gonna do it. Man, why's it gotta be nighttime right as I come up? But also, and again, I'm not gonna show much of it, but Jack has finished the exterior of his castle. Let's just get a little sneak peek. Okay, that's enough. I am going to be touring that, I think, with Jack here soon, as soon as he finishes the interior. So we're going to make probably a pretty small video, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot to see there at just the castle and exploring the inside of it. Here we are, the docks of Enoch. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done. I'm certainly not going to finish it in this video. There's going to be a lot to do here. And that's not even counting like adding ships, which I'll add later on. We'll see. I might build a couple small boats. I think I'm going to have to extend it out maybe even further, or maybe even extend another stone pattern further below this one. I don't know. I'm not in love with the idea of having another kind of stone barrier around where the docks are going to be, only because we've got one up here, and I can't really get away from having this one up here, so we'll see. I kind of want to start from the top down, starting with the gatehouse and the wall and putting that in, and then maybe building up this stone platform here, as well as connecting the cliffs. We'll see how far we get. Gotta put everything where it goes. Never running out of golden carrots. Better put my helmet back on too. And unload all of these shulker boxes as well, as yeah, they're mostly just filled with some of my random building supplies. So let's clean these up. So all of those shulkers are unloaded, and I've got my new shulkers loaded. And we are gonna be moving down to this area. And actually, I think I'm gonna set my shulkers up for now right here. Ah, dang it, and I forgot my stone cutter. That sucks. I'm gonna have to go back for that. But that's okay, because I need to go back anyway for, yes, this one here. I need to fill with tough, because I'm pretty low. As you can see, this is all I have, and I'm going to need a ton more of it for this wall, especially with how tall up it is. Yeah, I need a lot more of that. Here I've got more for the cliffs. I've got the mud, the coarse dirt, the grass block, and the stone, of course. And then here I've just got various different types of wood and some more detail kind of things. And then I've got a bunch more stone here. And I don't know why I didn't fill this up, because I have plenty of stone, and I think I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to go ahead and fill this purple shulker box full of tough. Okay, so I've got my shulker box completely full of tough, as well as here in my inventory I have quite a few. Plus I got some diamonds, which is pretty nice, 10 of them. So let's get out of here. Perfect shot. update time. Okay, I've kind of decided to change the layout of my whole original docks. Not that that was a permanent layout anyway. I was really just trying to see where I wanted them to go and kind of where I wanted them to connect to the cliff face here. But I decided to go with a stone base. I feel like I can get it much larger that way. I can get a much more natural, kind of organic shape with the way that these are here. So that's why I've changed them. And then yeah, I'll have wood docks even coming off of the base of these stone docks. And then with the stone platform, you can kind of have a better idea of what I was talking about before. This kind of ramp that comes off and wraps around the stone structure and will connect probably somewhere right where I've built down to it. But I think that's going to connect nicely over here and bring us right up to our gatehouse, which is going to be right here. I think that's what I'm going to work on right now. I just wanted to get all this kind of figured out just so that I knew if I was going to change the stone platform. But I think I'm going to leave it. I'm in the clear with it. And I still need to go through and texture all the walls. They look pretty bad right now. I was working here on the cliff and building that in. I'm going to start working on this gatehouse. The gatehouse is looking pretty cool, I think. Very bland, very plain, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Just kind of making the shape of it. I've added some things on the bottom here, some like supports, which I think look pretty nice, since these are rather large towers. Then I've decided I'm gonna add some of these every so often to help break up some of the tuff. I think this black kind of creeping up through the tuff is gonna look good, but not everywhere at like this level. Just in areas, like maybe I'll do another one kind of creeping up this tower and maybe another one somewhere on that wall over there. I think that's going to help break up these bland flat walls, as well as of course we'll add some more kind of rubble at the base of the walls, kind of also act as support for the wall. Anyway, I'm going to continue on building this up. Okay, I think this is looking really good so far. As you can see, I changed this wall up a little bit. It's what I'm going to start building up next. But before, I had a wall like this. Just the wall design that's kind of going to be connecting all around my city. But over here, because this is so close to the fort, I think it's going to look better for this section if I just bring it in with what I got going here on the gatehouse. Instead of it just being open, I've got a nice roof over top of it. And I think that's just going to help distinguish this whole area connecting from the gatehouse to the fort that we built up last episode. And then over here, I think I'm going to do another one of these towers on this side, except maybe going a little taller. Anyway, let's continue building this. All right, welcome back to the second gatehouse. So I've done quite a bit. As you can see, I've got most of all this finished. The only thing that I haven't really finished on this side before the castle is the wall right here. You can kind of see, I can't jump up there because I've made the railing too high, but yeah, the wall will come down more. Let me just switch to spectator real quick. This is kind of an awkward space. I'm trying to kind of plan out how I want to do this, because up to this point, right, all of the wall has been built onto a cliff or onto this platform, which is, you know, roughly the same size as the cliff, a little lower. But at this point here, I don't know that I want to continue the cliff here. I'm going to put a little house here that's going to come up just to kind of cover this whole area where the cliff should be, I guess. Because otherwise my option is to build the wall all the way down, and I think that's going to look it's just going to be too tall and too flat. So I'll bring the wall down more, depending on how high I make this building, and just kind of hide it there. And then there'll just be like this little awkward space in here that I'll fill with something. That shouldn't be too hard. But I'm liking the way that this is all turning out so far. As you can see, I've started to put stone here on the docks. That's what I'm going to do next, is fill, I think, all these docks with stone. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. Also want to bring all of these walls, even more not looking forward to this, all the way down right into the ocean, because I don't want to just bring them down partly. I think they need to go all the way down. After that, I think I kind of just want to mark out where I want houses to go, and dry docks maybe, and just things like that. I'm just going to start planning out with probably stone brick. Probably just with stone brick, roughly where I want houses to go and where I want the road kind of to go and lead through. But yeah, we'll just mark out a bunch of houses, areas for storage for cargo that's coming and leaving the city. I want to start planning all that out. And then I also want to bring this beach kind of up and around the docks to a certain point, maybe to here-ish, and then it'll start fading into water. So we'll pretty much just bring the land way out here, which I think will look nice. And I've changed this a little bit over here because I didn't want it to just be this huge, you know, flat area. So I've kind of just brought this in, a little divot in here. Maybe I'll put a beach in here. Maybe it'll be a dry docks, who knows. But this is kind of where I want to separate the castle and its docks from the rest of the port here. Because I don't think we want there just to be easy access into the castle, thinking defensively anyway. So this will be somewhat of a smaller gatehouse here that'll attach to the castle, which, you know, will be in here somewhere. None of this is for sure. I just need this kind of stuff to be able to visualize and know what my plans are and how I need to go about, you know, continuing building. So that's all that is. And then the docks, of course, everything on this side of this small gatehouse that I marked out will be changed up completely, because this isn't going to work. I had a different plan before, and I've changed that up. So we'll see how that all comes along. Not going to start that yet. I'll probably just fill all this area in to the gatehouse, and then leave the rest of it, at least until I start working on the castle. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about what I did build. So I'm extremely happy with the way that this turned out. I think it looks really nice. Down here, I figure this can be an area for storage. I didn't put any doors because I haven't done an interior. What's new? But if I ever wanted to do an interior, right, I need to light this up because this is a mob farm at the moment. Then I'll put doors and, you know, make that accessible. We've got a lot of dead space here under this platform, and I think it would just make sense to have some storage area for all the cargo coming in and out. I was really thinking storage and cargo stuff when building all this. As you can see on the walls here, I built some little shelves with cargo and stuff, which would be easily accessible here from the top of the wall, to be able to access, you know, this cargo here. And then I've got another area right here, just kind of a little shelf storage thing, with access here into the tower, where, yeah, I haven't done an interior. So yeah, just things like that. We've kind of got a little outpost thing here. Maybe guards would stay in there. Maybe that's just another little kind of storage shed attached to the wall. Just kind of trying to break up some of that bland look. I thought I could add a little shed here, and I think it looks pretty nice. Like I was talking about, I brought this roof here all the way across, so it's not just over the gatehouse, but over this whole area. Just really to bring this whole area to look different than what the rest of the walls will look like, which is more like what I've got going on over on that side. This is kind of a weird space here. I'm not entirely happy with the way that these connect. I don't think it looks terrible, so I'm not really concerned about it too much. I might just be able to block it off in some sort of way with building something in this place or utilizing this place for something. I was thinking I might even add some sort of a crane here off this side, and maybe just a bunch of barrels and cargo and stuff down here, so that they maybe wouldn't have to haul it up the stairs. It would just be easy to bring everything up onto this platform. So I'll probably actually do that, because yeah, I just think that it looks a little strange the way that the wall and the cliff connect there. But yeah, it's not a terrible connection. I don't mind it too much, but I think it could use something else, and maybe a crane might be the perfect thing. I've also built some sort of a little pulley system, as you can see on this little shelf here, to be able to get barrels and stuff up here easily, just to store up here. And then of course I've brought our roads for the city in. So there's going to be obviously a transition here, because the roads of the city are going to be this cobbled deep slate and deep slate with a little bit of dirt. Platform up here and the platform on the docks is going to be a different road. I haven't really decided how I want the road here on the docks. I might go with just the stone brick and andesite kind of road like I got going up here, and just make that the road over all the stone. We'll see. And yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. I brought in, of course, some of this black that I was talking about, creeping up the edges just to break up some of the tuff. There, and there. And I think just having it in those few areas, I think looks pretty good. I've also put in this tower, of course, which is pretty identical to this tower. It's a little taller, and it's got a flag on top, which you can't really tell looking at it from the front because of the direction that the wind's blowing, because it's got to, be uniform with the other flags and blowing in the same direction. So looks a little strange, but I think it looks okay. That's pretty much it. Here on the other side, I've kind of just done, some of the basics of just filling in the walls, but I haven't really textured everything, and they're looking just pretty bland over here. But I did kind of start planning out a little bit of the landscape in here, just by putting in grass in different layers. Of course, will all be changed up, as that's going to be the entrance into the fort right here. So pretty much all of this is going to be road, and it'll, connect to the gatehouse in some sort of way. We'll see. I just wanted to have an idea of where the land level was here at the gatehouse and where the land level was there, and kind of, how many blocks up it's going to go. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. That's the progress I've made so far. I'm going to go ahead and bring all this stone in and cover this whole area, and bring all this stone brick down, and then maybe bring the beaches in a little bit. And maybe, we'll see if I get to this, but I might start planning out where houses and storage areas and stuff like that's gonna go. Warehouses and whatnot, as docks need that kind of stuff. Let's get to work.
Native map back on Xbox with, I even forget their name, but we were building it from scratch on a super flat world, and it was a snowy, it was a snowy everything. It was just snowy map that we were building up, and I was doing the walls and the stuff in the same style I was doing this, and then all houses were like big, large log cabin houses, and they looked really nice. And so it was going to be fun to do that, but then that all kind of fell through.
Alright, now I'm finished up here with the entire docks. This took quite a while, and they look pretty bad right now, because, yeah, there's nothing here. Just a lot of empty space. This is cool. This is nice and large. This is exactly what I was hoping for. As you can see, I filled the whole stone section in up until here, kind of where the castle's going to be. I'll need to figure that out before I make any permanent decisions. But I've also built up all the wall here, as you can see, all the way down into the ocean, which also took a while. I hate building in the water. It's incredibly annoying, but it's good to have that done. Obviously, these walls here going into the ocean are also very bland. So I definitely need to texture these and just make them look much better, because, yeah, they don't look awful right now. But I'm going to still bring the beach in here, and that's what I'm going to do next. And for that, I'm going to need a lot of sand. Alright, and I am finished with bringing the land kind of up and around the side here, so you can imagine when standing back that it kind of looks like it's got a decent sized beach on it, as well as over here where I made this divot. I also added a little land just to give it that aspect when you're looking at it from this view, because you won't see the land on that side of it. But just to bring the land in a little bit around the stone portions, I think is good. As you can see, I did not bring it all the way down. This is going to be something I do another day. It really isn't too much further. I just hate building underwater, so we'll see if I get to that. But when you're looking at it from a distance, I don't think you can tell that much. They kind of just disappear in the blue, so. But yeah, these are some pretty massive docks. I'm really excited to start planning everything out on them, which I'm gonna do next episode. Not gonna have time to get to any of that. Next episode, we'll start building the docks up, and obviously bringing wooden docks here around these stone portions that come off for ship docking and stuff like that. But I'm very happy with the way that this turned out. I think it's looking great. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.